You're standing near the left side of the stage, squeezed between two friends you've known since freshman year. The air is so thick with heat and sweat, you can almost taste it. It's the aglomerados party, and the club, Kiss, is pulsing with the energy of 1,500 people. You're laughing, holding a cold drink, feeling the floor vibrate under your boots as the band Gurizada Fandanguera starts their next song. Everything feels invincible. You're young, you're out, with your tribe, and the night is just hitting its peak. But look up, just 6 feet above your head. The ceiling is draped in a dark, textured foam. To you, it's just cheap decor meant to keep the music from echoing. But in the reality of physics, you are standing under a canopy of solid, petroleum-based fuel. The owners bought industrial-grade polyurethane because it was cheap, ignoring the fact that it's essentially frozen gasoline. At 2:30 a.m., the lead singer reaches for a silver tube. It's a Sputnik flare. He's looking for a high-energy visual for the crowd. He doesn't know, or doesn't care, that this specific pyrotechnic is strictly for outdoor use. He ignites it. A fountain of white-hot sparks, burning at over 1,000 degrees, screams toward the ceiling. You see it happen in slow motion. One spark hits the foam. A tiny orange glow appears, no bigger than a coin. You nudged your friend and pointed. You both think it's part of the special effects. You even see a roadie grab a fire extinguisher and aim it at the ceiling. This is the moment the final seconds begin. The roadie pulls the trigger. Nothing happens. The extinguisher is a dummy, uncharged and useless, another cost-cutting measure left to rot on the wall. In the time it takes for him to realize the extinguisher is dead, the coin-sized glow has turned into a 3-foot patch of liquid fire. The music suddenly stops, replaced by a sound you'll never forget, the crackling of plastic. A heavy, acrid smell hits the back of your throat. It's sharp. It's chemical. It's not wood smoke. As the foam decomposes, it is flooding the room with hydrogen cyanide. 1 breath makes your head spin. 2 breaths, and your legs feel like they're turning into lead. You don't know it yet, but you aren't just in a fire. You are standing inside a massive high-speed execution chamber. The lights flicker once, then die. The room goes pitch black. And then, the first scream rips through the silence. You turn away from the stage, instinctively reaching for the person next to you. But the crowd is no longer a group of friends. It's a desperate, heaving mass. The temperature in the room has spiked 40 degrees in seconds. High above, the polyurethane foam is doing something horrifying. It's turning into a liquid. You feel a searing, wet heat on the back of your neck. It's the black rain. Flaming droplets of melted plastic are falling from the ceiling, sticking to skin and clothes like napalm. Every time a drop hits you, it continues to burn, eating through your shirt. You try to wipe it off, but it only smears the fire across your arm. But you can't focus on the burns. You can't even focus on the flames. Your biggest enemy is the air itself. The smoke is so thick and oily that it feels like a physical hand pressing against your face. It's a mix of carbon monoxide and that lethal hydrogen cyanide. You remember your biology classes. Cyanide blocks the cells from using oxygen. It's like drowning while standing up. You feel your heartbeat slowing, your muscles becoming sluggish. Your brain is telling you to lay down, just for a second, to escape the heat. You know that if you listen to that voice, you will never wake up. You push forward, guided only by the pressure of the bodies around you. You're heading for the front door, the only exit you know. Suddenly, you slam into something cold and unyielding. It's the metal railings. These are the organizer bars, bolted into the concrete floor to manage the lines for the bar and the entrance. In the dark, they are invisible. You are being pushed from behind by hundreds of people, and your stomach is being crushed against the top rail. You can hear the person in front of you gasping, their ribs cracking under the sheer force of the human tide. These bars weren't put here for safety. They were put here for profit, to make sure no one left without paying their tab. And right now, those few dollars are costing lives every second. The security guards at the front are confused. They haven't seen the fire yet. They only see a mob trying to rush the door. For a few heart-stopping seconds, they hold the door shut, trying to maintain order in a situation that has already descended into chaos. By the time they smell the smoke and see the black soot pouring out of the hallway, the pressure behind the doors is so great they can barely pull them open. You're trapped against the steel. The air is now so hot it scorches your throat with every breath. You look up, searching for any sign of a window, a vent, anything. But there's nothing. Kiss was a bunker, a concrete box with no ventilation, and then you hear a sound from the back. It's the sound of wood splintering. People are kicking in doors. You think, maybe there's another way out. You see a group of people veering to the right, toward a faint light coming from the bathroom area. It feels like a lifeline, but it is the most dangerous illusion in the building. In the pitch blackness, your brain is looking for a way to survive, but it is being fed false data. You see a group of people ahead of you suddenly turn away from the crush at the front door. They've spotted a light. It's glowing from an open doorway to your right, in a room filled with thick, oily soot. That light looks like salvation. You follow them, your hand on the shoulder of a stranger, desperate for a breath of air that doesn't taste like burning plastic. But as you cross the threshold, the temperature doesn't drop. The air doesn't get clearer. You realize with a jolt of pure terror that you aren't outside. You're in the bathroom. The white tiles reflect the dim emergency light, showing dozens of faces filled with the same realization. There are no windows here, no back exit. The ventilation ducts that were supposed to pull air out are instead sucking the toxic smoke in, acting like a vacuum for the cyanide gas. You are trapped in a 5-by-5-foot concrete box. Outside the bathroom door, the club has become a chimney. The heat is so intense now that it is melting the rubber soles of shoes onto the floor. People are no longer running. They are collapsing in rows, their nervous systems shut down by the hydrogen cyanide. For many, the final seconds are spent in a strange, drug-like lethargy as the gas takes hold. Meanwhile, outside on the Rua dos Andradas, the first survivors have broken through. They aren't waiting for the fire department. Civilians, covered in black soot and bleeding from the black rain burns, are grabbing sledgehammers from nearby construction sites. They are screaming as they swing, desperately trying to smash through the thick concrete walls to let the air in. When the firefighters finally arrive, they face a scene from a nightmare. As they break open the front doors, the smoke is so thick it looks like a solid wall of obsidian. They reach in and pull the first body out, then another, then another. But as they move deeper, they realize the horrific truth. The metal railings that were meant to organize the party have created a human barricade. The bodies are stacked 3 deep, wedged so tightly against the steel bars that the rescuers have to pull with all their might just to move them. At 3 a.m., the fire is mostly out, but the air inside is still a lethal cocktail. The firefighters enter the bathrooms, the place where you and hundreds of others sought refuge. They find over 180 people huddled together. There are no burn marks on their clothes, no singed hair. They look like they are simply sleeping. But the silent killer, the cyanide from the cheap foam, has already finished its work. Santa Maria is no longer a city of dreams. It is a city of sirens. The local gym is being converted into a makeshift morgue because the city's hospitals are already overflowing. Families are waking up to phone calls that will change their lives forever, while back at the club, the silent, charred remains of the Aglomerados party stand as a testament to what happens when profit is placed above human life. The smoke cleared, but the stench of betrayal remained. As the investigation began, the tragedy of the Boa de Kiss shifted from a horrific accident to a calculated crime of convenience. The final seconds of those 242 souls weren't just the result of a fire. They were the result of a series of signatures, or the lack thereof. The evidence was damning. The foam that turned the air into a gas chamber was never supposed to be there. It was a cheap, industrial substitute for proper soundproofing. The Sputnik flare that started it all was an outdoor firework, bought because it was cheaper than the indoor alternatives. The fire permit had been expired for months, yet the doors stayed open. Every safety layer failed. because someone somewhere decided that saving a few dollars was worth more than the lives on the dance floor. For years, the legal battle dragged on. The owners, Mauro Hoffman and Alessandro Spor, along with members of the band, faced the justice system in a saga that saw convictions, annulments, and a 2024 ruling by the Supreme Federal Court that finally reinstated their sentences. But for the families in Santa Maria, no verdict can replace the silence in their homes. The system protected the powerful for as long as it could, while the victims' families had to fight for every inch of accountability. We tell these stories not to relive the pain, but to unmask the patterns. The ocean, the sky, and the fire don't care about your profit margins or your cost-cutting measures. They only care about the laws of physics. When the lights go out and the room fills with smoke, the only thing that stands between you and the end is the integrity of the people who built the room. If you were there that night, standing against those metal railings, you would have realized too late that you were part of a gamble you never agreed to take. This channel exists to face these moments, to look into the darkness so we can demand light. The 242 lives lost at KISS are a permanent reminder that good enough safety is never enough. Comment below and be honest. What part of this night terrified you the most? After hearing the facts, do you believe the system has actually changed since 2013? Type next if you want another powerful final second story in the next 7 days. If this story hit you hard, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We cannot change the past, but by remembering it, we might just change the future. Thank you for watching. Stay sharp, stay vigilant.